Oh my Bertoxulus. You spellcasters are despicable. You guys have it so easy, and it disgusts me. Don't talk to me or my skeleton ever again. Hello there! Welcome to a small intermission in our ranger journey. And holy crap, Necromancer is so powerful, and going solo as a Necro feels really easy. And look, I'm not trying to diminish anyone's journey as a Necromancer, but after 40 levels with the Ranger, what I'm supposed to think? Since I got a lot of subscribers on the last video, many of you might not be aware that I never played Everquest as a little, so much of this channel is me experiencing it for the first time. I saw a lot of the online recommendations that Necromancer, Magicians and Druids are the classes usually recommended to new players, and I can see why. I'm doing a similar route as the Ranger, purposefully, and it is impressive how faster I can do the same things during the leveling up process. And I was taking some notes about my thoughts along the way. The first thing goes for all the casters. Gate and Bind Affinity. What an amazing utility. I put it right there with Spirit of Wolf as the best things ever. I knew that Gate was a thing already, but making use of it, I can only say that I will be missing it when I return to the Ranger. But enough about it. I tried a DPS class. I tried a tanking class with the Paladin, so now I chose to try a spellcasting one. And I know that the Necromancer is known for being very versatile, so I chose it, even if I'm not going to see all that it has to offer. And it delivers. Oh yeah, it does. From the very beginning, the class is really engaging. It is that image of someone having to keep several plates spinning. The Necromancer toolkits allow you to exchange around all of its resources. You can convert your health to mana, spend mana to recover health, spend more mana to kill enemy faster, or not, and spend your pet's health, or even you move to melee range so enemy attacks you and you spend your own health to save your pet's health. And yes, you can play more normally, but what is the fun in that? Thanks to that, I can give the Necromancer one of the best ratings someone can give. It is fun. And not only fun, it is also strong. I confess that I died more on the Necro than I did on the Ranger, but it's because that on the Necromancer I feel much more strong, so I became more daring and felt more confident in testing my limits. With the Ranger, I wouldn't dare to kill a yellow cone, but on the Necromancer, that is no biggie. While in fighting Gnolls in East Carana, I found out that sitting generates aggro, so instead of wasting mana with fear, I would pull aggro myself and run in circles, while the Gnoll followed me, keeping my pet safe. It became this really degenerate playstyle of me around for 5 seconds and sitting on the next to get a full mana tick with my mana regeneration buff without losing any health. Kiting, fear kiting, path tanking, blowing through my whole mana bar, or even some weird life tap tanking where I move away from the enemy so I can life tap before moving back in. All of these gave me a lot of variety during the leveling process, and it was a nice break after spending 20 levels of fear kiting with the Ranger. Nothing is really perfect, is it? Despite all my compliments, some things stuck out negatively, some more than others. First would be money. The Necromancer and probably all casters are really starved for money. Every 4th level you unlock a new tier of spells, and they are really expensive. I bought all the spells level 1 and 4, but after that I realized that I had to be more picky about which spells I would actually buy. And let me tell you, I'm a collector. Leaving spells behind didn't sit right with me, especially since I don't really know which ones are the most useful and which ones are skippable. But spells I can buy later. What probably won't change is the pet AI. The main problem might be that it has too much AI. I noticed that when facing more than one enemy, I can't really make it attack the one I want to prioritize. The pet has its own threat list, until you end up fighting the strongest enemy, even when I am trying to focus on the weakest. Now that I'm aware that this is how it works, it's less of a problem because I can work around and avoid scenarios like those. Another thing is the pathing. I didn't manage to recreate and capture in video, but sometimes the pet would take some really weird paths, and it even started to wander away to God knows where, and I had to manually command to follow me. It happened most often in Black Burrow, so it might have some to do with the jagged terrain. Now, a big problem, at least for me. Gearing hasn't been as fun as it was with the Ranger and Paladin. I'm not saying that better gear doesn't help, but it feels that I just giving some more leeway on what it can do, being able to do the same things just a little better. With the melee characters, each time I got a bunch more of AC or a better weapon, it carried more oomph with it. You could feel it. And I can get this with the Necromancer. Sometimes. But it doesn't come from my gear, it comes from my spells. It's like every time I get the new pet, it does feel really impactful. But get a new spell is not the same thing as get a new item, because the spell is just there waiting for you to go buy it. And if you don't have the plat, you just kill some bandits, farm some bronze weapons, eventually you can get it. It's not the same feeling. Now, I want to comment on some things that I noticed but don't really fit anywhere. First, being evil is not that much of a concern. Yeah, it could block me from some quests, some zones and vendors. But I think in the end it's gonna be a nothing burger. It's mostly annoying, have to con everything just so you're aware that the NPC won't attack you. But as the game progresses through the expansions, does the reputation even matter? Because Villiers and probably Luckling, they have their own reputation systems. So being evil only really matter in the old world. Also, you might have noticed that I'm still using minor shielding, even though I'm already past level 16. Well, just so happens that some neutral spells aren't available in the Necromancers Guild in Kinus. Don't ask me why. And since I am using the solo rules, I can ask someone to buy the next tier of spells for me in the Mages Guild. Yet, I still haven't felt the need of that extra AC and HP, just so you can see the power of the Necromancer. I need a little break from the Ranger. I had some really busy weeks recently. I'm pushed too much with it to keep up with the videos, that I almost burn out. But, even though the Necromancer is fun, it won't replace the Ranger. I'm too attached to my Ranger, and I like the fantasy much more. If my battery is replenished, I'm ready to move to the wilds of Luckling in the next episode.